I guess that can work. Oh my gosh, it's Zeno. Okay, I don't mind that, but that is a little...
Send in Goat Team 6.
Oh God.
Now.
Why does that sound louder than usual?
Send in Goat Team 6. Now. Send in Goat Team 6. Now.
I think that's why. Okay, maybe that'll be lower now for my headset.
Send in Goat Team 6. Now.
Alright, but anyway, Eberg, thanks for giving out 10 gift subs. If you got a sub from him, make sure you thank him. I hope you all keep enjoying the operations, and I hope you get a kick out of this. I am literally just trying to work on...
Send in Goat Team 6. Now.
I don't even know what I'm working on anymore. Just stuff.
Send in Goat Team 6.
Just
now.
literally stuff.
Send in Goat Team 6.
I'm rebuilding this part of Southern Serrani to give it more of a 40k vibe.
Send in Goat Team 6.
And I'm not going to finish this file tonight. I'm not even going to get close for what I want to do with it, but there's just a few little
Goat Team 6.
cinematic aspects I want to work on it. Because the next 700th op, I don't know when I'm going to do it. It's probably going to be another 2, maybe 3 weeks from now. But I'm just trying to think how I want to build things. And they just hit a bunch of assets too, so I'm just trying to see what's still here. And I'm also still trying to find, yeah, okay, so there's the storage. Can that fit in between the 2 staircases? Yes, it can. All right. Block it out like that. Maybe something small right here, but I don't really have any, not sure if I have any hab buildings that can go in there. Like, that's literally what I just picked, but... Oh, yeah, right. We also have those, No, those are the blocks. But the that only comes in 3 colors, so what would be best right here? Probably the gray. Now, if I wanted to make that, this would be better down here. Because it's like kind of in the middle. We can line that up with these buildings. Push this one a little more over here so there's a little more of an opening for that fire escape. This one isn't enterable, but I do like the stairwells on the side. Yeah, this puppy can tower. Cool. Alright, cool, cool, cool. Maybe a little lower. Something like that. Yeah, because I want this section to be taller than that. That's the wrong degree. Yeah, and then that I want to be a cutoff point over here. That way that isn't floating. Because that doesn't have a texture on that side, so, you know, that helps make it look right. We are going to have a little block in there that's added, but that's fine. I can either wall that off or just say la vie. So I'm up because since I stopped the 3 p.m. stream, I took 30 minutes for a meal, and then I was literally doing coursework for a single fucking class, and I did not finish till about an hour ago. And I need to do something creative. I'm not gonna end on one of the busiest days of fucking coursework I've ever fucking done. It's a fucking project fundamentals class. I was ranting about it in the tier 3 op about how much fucking work it is. And I'm so fucking sick of it. Like, it is one of, if not the biggest waste of time. And what sucks is, there's only one class of it offered right now because of COVID. And then from what I looked up in all the reviews and whatnot, it's not even supposed to be that much work. The only reason they have so much work in it right now is because of COVID. So they took all the like coursework you would do in class and they like virtualized it, but they increased it like 5-fold. So it's just a gigantic pain in my ass. I hate it. Now this is going to be controlled by renegades, so I'm going to make this a ruined statue. But yeah, I mean, fuck. Then I'm gonna be honest, like I'm in my last 3 classes right now. And this has been the class that has taken me the most amount of time ever in any fucking class I've done. Even comparing it to programming classes. Like my programming classes, it was the homework assignments were fairly straightforward. It was the projects that took a while. This, every homework assignment is anywhere from like 50 to 105 questions. It's so dumb. And then you have a 20-question quiz, and then you have a discussion board that takes an hour because you have to go through a fucking case study and answer a bunch of questions tied to that, and then you have to reply to someone else's post. And then they have their own little project that's 5 phases, and then you have a group project, which I haven't even fucking gotten a tick out of done, and then it has exams, and it's like, Jesus fucking Christ. Actually, no, we did have a group project deliverable due last week, but that was just like a topic of what we're gonna fucking do. But it's... yeah, sounds like I need to graduate, right? But, yeah, no, like... the other 2 classes, and then technically I have a 4th class, but I did it all on over summer because the teacher was like, hey, COVID's a thing, I'm just gonna release all the content early. And if you can figure it out, you can do it and I'll grade it. And I got a fucking B in it. I'm like, sweet. It's one less thing I have to fucking worry about. But, excuse my French. Like, combining that class with the other 2 I'm doing right now, this fucking projects class is still, like, 3 times more work than all of the other classes combined. It's like, Jesus. Why? Why? Legionnaire, I just have good time management skills. It's really just down to that, but my god, this drives me insane sometimes, admittedly. Absolutely insane. I'm trying to figure out like what would go. There's a certain structure. Hold up, as a graffiti version. There you are. Small hab. It's not enterable, but that's good for filling the space. Yes, it kind of throws the color scheme off, but that's the only version I have. Beggars can't be fucking choosers. If we want to get technical, the gray is already thrown off, but it has graffiti on it. Why did I make that so high-pitched? I don't know. Now, where do I want that entrance to be? I mean, then again, I don't mind it right there for that stairwell, and then it, you know, goes up right there, and then the Aquila statue's broken right there. Yeah, so that's a good little block. And I'm gonna do the same thing over here. I just changed the degree of that. Yeah, so if I leave the outer perimeter buildings, but I make like if I make enough patches of these 40K buildings, I can kind of blend the natural architecture with the 40K architecture. That way, if you look, you'll see some 40K stuff and think subconsciously, similar to how we did Shapur. But that was more in the smaller detail, but since this is going to be like a full-on assault, I'm thinking we can actually blend this properly so it's like the inner city is more 40K buildings to make it feel like, you know, it's more the rich guys live in the center of town and then everyone else lives on the outskirts. Skirts, geez, girls. I sound like fucking, what's his name from Despicable Me. And we got a floating sign right here. I'm gonna have to, that's a perfect 40K sign. Oh my god. Alright, I need a storage building. Perfect. Just, yeah. Screw it. Grew. Yeah, that's it. There's your 40K. Fucking hell. What is project fundamentals? Work breakdown structures, schedule. God, what did I just fucking finish? Like a, what was it? Yeah, it was a giant work breakdown structure with schedule tables for lead start times, lead finish times, early start times, early finish times, a whole network diagram of it. I have my hands over my eyes right now. Usually because I've got a light in my room, but if I like put the palms in my eyes, helps me visualize what the fuck I just worked on. Highlighting multiple different potential critical paths, which originally didn't make much sense because if you make a project, then it'll have a single critical path, which is basically what the fucking the thing that takes the most time throughout the project, which basically sets the time, like the time of the project in total. But then it was like, what if we added this event or change this event from this days to this amount of days, or this event finished early? How does it affect critical path? Blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, Jesus fucking Christ, I get it. I get it. I get it. Please. Oh. And then he's like, hey, you know that big file you just made in Microsoft Project? Yeah, you're not submitting that. You're breaking it all down in a memo and sending it as a PDF. And you give me a Word document or a Microsoft Project file, you're not going to get a grade. And I'm like, fuck you, man. Just take the project file, look at it, make sure it's right. And here was the suckish thing. He has a tutorial on it all. It was in 3 parts, which I thought originally, like, the first one was 30 minutes. And I'm like, oh, okay, it's just 30 minutes. This won't be that part. Yeah, no, all 3 of them were about 30 to 45 minutes. And they was all for the one fucking part. And this is the first of 5 parts. And he didn't even do it right. Like, by the end of it, it's like, all right, here's the start date and here's the end date. And I'm like, but that's not even the right start date and end date. Like, fuck, man. I don't want to talk about it. I don't want to talk about it. Not gonna lie, I would rather have this than one of the 3 weed out classes I had to do for this fucking degree, but god fucking damn it, man. I need to stop cussing. It's annoying, you know? Like, what some, and this isn't the only class that has done something like this. I got a few other friends that are finishing up this semester or next semester, and I got a friend who's only like halfway through her thing. But all of these classes that are supposed to be like super easy through a breeze, whatever, they've added all of this fucking work because of COVID, thinking, hey, you know, our students are gonna be at their homes for most of this, so we can just add a lot of coursework to it. Because, you know, fuck the people that work, like me. Fuck the people that have other obligations, like, you know, being a major contributor to their families or whatnot. No, we can give them, like, an extra 6 hours a week per class. I have a friend that literally had to drop a class because she has actually no, it's a he. He had like 3 of those. And again, they're supposed to be really easy courses, but they're expecting him to have like, what do you tell me, like 14 hours a week for 3 classes, and it's all really stupid stuff. And I'm like, Jesus Christ. When I took that course, it was literally like you went to the class, you did your work in class, and that was it. You know? So I feel bad for some of my friends that got stuck with this one, you know? Hey, it makes me happy to be done with it after this semester. Then I graduate, and I don't know what the fuck I'm gonna do with my life. What does the kill command do again? Is that when chat's being bad? Oh, no, that's when the player base is being bad. Never mind. I can only initiate that one. That's when the players have sincerely pissed me off, which hasn't happened in a long time, actually. Like, legit, I cannot think of the last time we had to use the kill command. Can we let it happen? No, because you're not really a good Zeus if you let it fall apart. Cool. And then one more right there. On the corner. And then I need a full-on 2-story back here. I can put it on the corner to add these nice little slants. There's a slight bit of cutoff, but that's okay. And then we can do another storage building right here. Yeah, the abort code I haven't changed in a while because we stopped using it. The abort code was when I stopped giving a fuck, but ever since I stopped using the abort code, most ops have turned into I stopped giving a fuck, with the exception of some. Some I get genuinely excited for, but this is gonna sound really, really dickish, but I've become so arrogant in my own standards that I go to other places and I expect those standards, and I don't always see those standards. In fact, some of the stuff is very, very far below that standard, and I get a little pissy. And then it becomes, do I want to stay and elevate it to my standard, or do I just want to meme it and see what happens? So, examples. Friday Night Fights. Really good potential, so we grew it. Again, I think Barbarian for getting me into that, because that's fun. Now we have, every Friday is going to be a 120 player PvP. And I get to watch them kill each other. And that's how I can get some of my sadism out, because I fell out of favor doing stuff with the 700s because they kept updating stuff the day of my fucking ops, and it would break the mission, and then I feel super bad because, you know, I spend the entire fucking week, if not month, prepping something or building something or having something commissioned, and then it all falls apart, and I'm like, ah! And that's what happened fucking last Friday. But people tell me they still enjoyed it, which is good, but I'm like, fuck, you know? Like, fuck. Just let it go, you know? Like, just let it happen. Damn it. It's set to operate locally, right? Cool. So gonna be annoying. Barb, I'm gonna be honest with you. Ever since last February, no, I started it in about May. And Barb, you've seen the pictures of the stock stuff, so you know that I don't really rely on YouTube and Twitch for monetization anymore. You know I make my money from stocks these days. So don't get me wrong, I'm really appreciative of everything, and it did help when I got blindsided with a bunch more bills and tax issues. Fuck me on that, but you know, you guys bailed me out of that, which I appreciate, and that's why we're able to keep the content going, and I'm probably not in jail for tax evasion. Wink. But I'm trying to, like, the end game goal I have is to completely weed myself off of YouTube and Twitch for any sort of financial dependence. Because right now, how it works is YouTube and Twitch pay my bills, and stocks is just my pocket money. What I'm trying to do is grow my stock portfolio or my brokerage account to a point where that, just making it passively without me having to put that much effort into it, will be what pays for everything month to month, and then YouTube and Twitch will be the play money that I can then immediately reinvest in the channel. So promote it on, like, you know, promote Twitch to get to the front page thing to grow that. Then again, I don't even really want to, actually, no, throw that idea out. That's an older idea that I don't want to deal with because I'm already happy with my size and I don't want to get any bigger. Because that has its own issues, but, build computers for people. That's it. Yeah, I day trade. And it wasn't tax evasion, it was, I got bad tax advice and I paid for it. I paid for it pretty fucking hard. Okay, that looks kind of tacky, especially with those windows right there. I need something that's... Okay, no, I gotta think about this. So, what if we put you right there and we block some of those windows? We line up those doors. Kinda works, kinda doesn't, but that's okay. And then how the hell am I going to get that? I know. God damn it, what are they called? Let's give them a warm welcome, shall we? Well, Ness, I don't want to have to ask people because I don't need it. I don't need it right now. I'm actually, like, I'm fully paid off on the last college payment. Tomorrow, well, it'll be tomorrow when that happens because I'll get my YouTube payment, and then I have to take out the funds that I put aside for Liru shenanigans, which is gonna be about $100 again. And then the rest I will put in that payment, and I should be done. Larry got me with the last thing there, but my end goal, another reason that I screwed myself was I did some really risky stock stuff and I lost a lot of money because Corona's second wave happened. But I was trying to get that stock portfolio to a position that I just described, and then I would have used that money to just buy computer parts and make computer parts for people. Then I got fucked. Went from I lost 30K in the blink of an eye overnight. that was not a good day. I was feeling good that weekend. I finally made it, and then Monday is like, whoop! Gotcha, Liru. I'm like, oh, cute, fun, and then massive downhill right there. Whew. Oh well. All right, I'm getting off topic here. Structures. Where's the 40K section? Yeah, but I stopped doing the risky stuff, did the more conservative stuff on the market, and I'm just rebuilding that account. We'll get back there eventually. Don't be sorry to hear. I'm happy I made that mistake, and this is what my mother told me too. She's happy I made that mistake while I'm in my almost gave my age there, lower 20s rather than, my 60s, and that was my retirement fund, I'd be in a world of hurt if this was later in my life, But I still have some time to rebuild, so that's all good, man. You lost 150K in 2008 overnight. Yep, that was a fun crisis. Thankfully, I was too young to play stocks back then. Back then, I was playing what? The fucking TF2 item market and bullshit. Actually, that might have been a bit later. It's 2008. I would have been. Oh God, no! I would have been young. Fuck. Oh no, no! It was 2009 when I was okay. 2009 is the summer camp story where I was technically molested, but that's okay. We don't have to talk about that one. Where is this fucking building? My brain literally, I can't think about it. Yeah, Don, get rid of the VOD. I'm not supposed to say that word. DOW, I'm a blind idiot. Okay, here we go. Well, okay, so Bloodwind says I technically was based off of what happened because I was 12 and she was 17. So that's like pure Shota right there. Oh my God. Yeah, go ahead, Tootie. Calculate that. But there were things that woman did to me. Oh, ho, 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 okay. Damn. Anyway, I never went back to that summer camp.
6 now.
Also, I turned down an option to go to that school as a high school, but anyway. Guess the stories get you subs. I have a lot of fucked up stories, okay? Helix, thanks so much for the Twitch Prime sub. I hope you keep enjoying the ops, and I hope I'm able to build something. Because now we're just... we're just getting into... That's why you subbed. Oh my God. I'm scared, though, because I know half of these stories would probably get me banned off Twitch. Where... I'm looking for these big metallic buildings. They were like the first ones they made. They're like super simple. It's not the HAB buildings. It's like complex. You know what? I'm an idiot. Just search complex. And then check right here. Huge complex. Industrial Imperial buildings. So... And now we gotta find the one that's the tower. Energy comment also got me. Oh, man. Okay, look. Look. When you're young and you're naive, and... Oh, God, that's big. If you know what I mean. But actually, that might be able to fit everything I need. Okay, I'm not doing myself any favors. Yeah, that'll fit. Ish. Kinda. Sorta. How do I time out the stream? It's okay. Twitch will do it permanently the next time it happens. I mean, it's a little in the road, but it works. What I do want, though, is I need to zero you out. And then lower you. Perfect. And I mean, the door doesn't really matter, because A, it's not enterable, and B, that kind of looks cool with the partial open thing right there. I wish these had internals. And then I need to hide that tree. That wasn't the module I wanted to use, but knowing the headless clients, that should be the module I use. Do we need a safe word for streaming? Oh, God. I'm not going to tell this story, but I have a story why my safe word's retribution. It started off innocently as the word that was used in what's that game where you're Corvo and you're an assassin and it's a steampunk world fueled on whale oil? Dishonored, I think. Yeah, that was from that, and then there was an IRL component afterwards, and yeah. Shocking is an interesting thing, but anyway, I can't tell that story. Sorry. Ad break. do. Like I said, I have a lot of very messed up stories. And I'm only in my lower 20s. Like, fuck's sake. If Bloodwing didn't have a collar on me, then I'd probably have a lot... Oh, actually, that's another story. Well, no, we can't tell that one either. Oh, that one... That one's even worse, to be perfectly honest. Oh, fuck, okay. Well, the collar itself isn't bad, it's the context. Oh... All right. One of my favorite stories that I can tell is when my ex's new boyfriend started randomly ranting at me on Facebook while I was playing the helicopter simulator in Arma 3, and I hadn't seen my ex in about like 2 years. And then he randomly just started messaging me on Facebook, which I seldom check. I just noted, like, my phone was making a new type of beep. I didn't know what it was, so I looked at it. I'm like, oh, it's connected to Facebook. That's weird. Anyway, I have my Facebook account deactivated these days because of that, but he just started, like, asking me if I ever had sex with her, and I'm like, she's Catholic. Like, she wouldn't... That's a no-no for her. Why are you asking me? And then he starts bragging about having sex with her, and I'm like, okay? Like, really? Like, if you know her and you actually did, she would kill you if you were to randomly brag about that. So I literally just snapshotted the conversation and I messaged her. And it wasn't out of the blue, because I was talking to her here and there about, you know, just the catch up after a few years. I'm like, hey, your boyfriend is bragging about baning you. And long story short, they broke up a week later. And then he started threatening to come to my place, and I'm like, okay, go ahead. Because at the time I lived with my father, and he's a good old Southern boy, and he's got license for all of his firearms, and, yeah, if you really wanna play with, retired captain from the U.S. Air Force with all of his firearms, feel free. Feel free. Have fun with that. So anyway, I'm pacing up and down because I'm trying to visualize where else I should build buildings. I'm not just doing that for the sake of pace. I'm also trying to think what I should put right there. But yeah, no, almost everyone on my father's side is active or retired military. It's funny. Mostly across the Army, but a few, like my father, are Air Force, and a few are Marine. No Navy, though. Actually, no, we have one Navy. It's one of my uncles, so... I'm just trying to think, like, visually, like, what would fit here. Maybe one of the small hub... Yeah, one of the small 3 habs. But even then, it's still... Actually, no, that's not the small one. Here we go. Yeah, so if I can put it right there, and then I line it up with that. My one concern is this thing, but I might just hide this, because there's no... I don't think there's a way I can put that in, so... Well, I mean, the Marines are literally their own military that's tied to the Navy, you know? They're their own thing, you know? They got their own Air Force, their own army. Oh man, last family I said that last family meeting and there was a massive argument that broke out. I don't want it to happen here too. It was a thing. There we go. Just ride boats until they hit hand, so yeah. Yeah, Don, but I don't want to start fights because then what's that will, you know, be heavy-handed and I have to deal with angry kids and DMs and I'm like, bruh, just don't argue with what's that, because what's that will just ban you because he doesn't want to deal with it. And he knows I don't want to have to deal with it either, but I'll just, like, ignore it till it goes away. But he's like, Thanos snap. And I debated taking his mod away again for that, but I'm like, you know what? Nah. Say la vie. People can deal with it. So anyway, back to 40K for a little bit. I'm going to fully replace this area with a custom base, and I'm going to turn the center into some sort of ritual site. I was having JFax work on a custom demon texture for a unit, but he got back to me a few days later saying he had no idea what he was doing at that level, so I'm like, that's okay. So instead, we're going to use one of Alias's anomaly scripts, which I'm not going to make compatible with their ace because I'm not going to spend weeks coding that. Instead, I'm just going to say, hey, if it touches you and you get crippled and you're unable to walk because it's vanilla damage, glory to the Imperium. Have fun dying. But I'm also thinking up here I might want to set up a little cop too, and then that'll be the entrance. So I cheat with that by, so IG building parts. Marines are just water riflemen, something like that. Oh, my phone's at 100. I gotta pull that out because you don't want to overcharge it because then it runs down the battery. I've had this phone for 2 years and it still lasts me about 3 days between charges, and I kind of want to keep it that way. Now, the one issue with this base is the ramps are way too freaking big. So what I'm thinking I'm going to do instead is I'm going to take the green vanilla walls from Altus, and I'm going to use those instead to make a small perimeter, and I'll probably use the vanilla cargo posts. Just to give it like a little internal base. Maybe let me look at bastions real quick. Because I still want to give it a 40K theme. Yeah, I can put a bastion in it to still give it that 40K appeal. And then the sidewalk is the perimeter. Yeah, so instead of that, I can use bastions. That'll work. Oh, come on. You gotta paint the Necrons. They're super OP. They'd want it that way. Now I gotta find the wall asset. I'll make the wall out of wallets. Screw it. We didn't need frames on this server anyway. You know, I've looked this thing up before, and I'm usually never able to find it. Wallet. Admiral, if you were next to me, I would slap you silly for that joke. Hey, what if I replaced all the benches with Imperial benches? Perfect. Here they are. So line it up with the outer wall right there, drag this in, line up these two pieces, select these two, line these up out. That's the drag glitch that I fucking hate. And now we build this forward. I'm going to be honest with you, I struggle with making names up for things all the time, so there are literally websites out there that, like, I'll look up random operation names, and there is a website that will generate random operation names. So I want to say, I think it was 2019, I used that site religiously. I want to say about 2/3 of my ops, the names were generated from that website. And you know what? I don't fucking regret it. Another thing I want to do real quick is I want to turn area widget stuff on. Because I want the wall to be uniform and smooth, even, and yada da. Yeah, now this one it'll go through, but I want to line it up with the wall. You borrow names for missions from airsoft events you've been to? I mean, that's fine. You know? People seem to forget that inspiration and creativity only spawn after you're inspired by something else, you know? So just keep that going. You're fine. Yeah, so it didn't line up properly with these wall pieces, but that's fine. I didn't expect it to. So you have a little of it being off, but that's a-okay. So there's your nice perimeter. We literally just repurposed a fucking parking lot, and then I can put some cargo crates on the side if I remember where they are. Also, let's go ahead and save this. I forgot to make this under Prince of Pleasure. Instead, I'm gonna save it under Liru. Screw me. Okay. Liru 700th. think I also kept the S capitalized there too, or the U in summon, but whatever. So again, this is big detail stuff, and then I'll go through, I'll probably repurpose some of the lanterns again, because I'd really liked that effect. But I also have to be careful with how many assets I put in total, because apparently with the Sharpoor thing, I came quote-unquote dangerously close to the asset limit, to which I said, there's an asset limit? So I'm not going to do every nitty-gritty detail, but I still want to put in my level of detail that I know their servers can handle. Especially based off of what I had them play last Friday, so... A little bit of uniformity in that. Plus, I can put a tank right there. This for next weekend? No, this is for something in like 2, maybe 3 weeks. Next weekend is Bloodwing's weekend. Or, technically she gets every Saturday, but I'm going to start trying to get a 700th off every 2 to 3, maybe 4 Saturdays. So, you know, once or twice a month for the 700th. Also, I don't think Ark's going to like how I'm going to have to spawn in my garrison units now. But the only way, because disabling the pathing doesn't work because the HC still takes over. And the if I set their AI mode with the module, the HC still takes over and they move. So the only way I can think of is spawning in every single unit individually on the server, force everyone to load that, unless they let me come on the server 20 to 30 minutes early, which they probably won't, so I can disable all their pathing beforehand and just group them all together. And that way, you know, as a Zeus, I can decide when groups undisable pathing and get their pathing back and blah, blah, blah. But that'll be... We'll get there when we get there, you know? Besides, this is going to need a lot of asset work for my quote-unquote custom base, so... And then I probably want to do a facility here and there outside. Spawn is simply just going to be this air base. I'm not going to put that much effort into it in terms of, making it 40k theme because of this quote-unquote asset limit. And I'd rather have the AO have all of those assets than, base, except for maybe like 1 or 2 things to just keep the theme alive. But since I have to make these decisions, I'll make those decisions. But I would love to keep the original architecture here as best I can, minus the buildings. But I'm going to have to make some changes because I want to hide those cargo boxes too. Yeah, and those hide those too. I'm going to keep the lanterns from now and adjust that later. And then there's also one small thing I want to do. And I'm going to do that now before I forget to do it later, because I can guarantee you I'm going to forget to do it later. Oh, are you like right on the divide? There we go. Okay. This thing better be able to fucking hide. I swear to God, I hate it when they don't fucking hide. You stupid motherfucker. Oh, you're set as a road, which means I can't hide you, you stupid piece of shit. Because I want to replace it with the 40K bridge. We've had those for months, and I've never been able to make one because I keep running this issue if I can't hide the fucking bridge on the map. Fuck me. You can't blow it. This is undestroyable. You can't blow it up. It sucks. But yeah, no, sorry, I just got caught up in deep thought. But yeah, no, floating bridge. And there's like all these like little cool things you can put on it, you know? But whatever. I have a dumb idea because someone in chat just gave it to me. Where's the exterior? I just realized hangers would actually be really good for hiding tunnels. It would just take up a lot of space. Yeah, well, no, Forge. Next time, I'm just going to lower it until it lines up with it properly. That was totally my bad. I never even thought about that because I forgot the doors don't open all the way down. They open all the way to the base of the door. Now, realistically, that could work, but only if we did that. You know what? For the sake... And we can turn that into a massive internal kill zone. And I can wall off the sides and have a nice square base. And we can also have a waterway entrance if they want to go around. And then we can make a perimeter out of ramps with this and then have an outer wall. It's a little hilly, but that's fine. That's what the walls are for. Nothing I'm not used to. And if I want, I can also include that section as a piece of ramp that comes out. But it doesn't expose anything. But this is going to be another three-piece fort where it's the ramp and then the upper walls and then the lower wall. I think it's IG building parts. I'm just doing this to confirm. Yep, IG building parts. And then there's a matter of, do I want to double layer it? But I don't think I'm going to have enough room to double layer. But that would be really cool if I did. I could bridge off into the water as well, but we'll see. Yeah, I can make a bridge for up here, but let's build our foundation before we get into all the little bells and whistles. It's 12:54. I do need to get to bed soon. All right, short, medium, corner lawn. All right, I'm going to build the perimeter and then see if I can double layer it. Now, you're not going to have any idea what that means, and that's okay. We will teach you. But it's a really cheeky tactic. But I need to build the perimeter first. Plus, the amount of guys I'd have to make to garrison that is going to be ridiculous. Furthermore, I might, because I got to think about, like, what the fill room's going to be as well. But at the same time, it's a little worrisome because I have to make all these piers level off in the same area. So, we'll see what I can do. My mind is literally screaming to double layer it. All right, fuck it. Let's get all these parts here. Make sure I have these lessened so it's all on the ground. Cool, in the ground even. Let's build the other side of the perimeter loosely. This is going uphill, so it shouldn't be that much of an issue. Okay. So, what do I mean by double layering something? It's really simple. This is a tactic I learned a while ago on how you can extend the little walls here to make them a little more taller for those really annoying walls, because otherwise if these are too high, you know, you can get under and you can see under and it looks really weird. So instead, what you do, you should take this, you flip it around, and when the finished product is done, you have one line of walls down here and another line of walls up here. I did something. Oh, we don't talk about the porgs. The fucking porgs. People got rescued by porgs. So again, you got one perimeter wall and then you have this other one right here. What I'm gonna do, I want this to be more lined up. There you go. So basically it'll be a double wall defensive. That'll also mean that we have a perimeter wall that's facing more in that direction, and that's gonna eat up more space in here, so I don't have to have too much open space on the inside. And then I can also bring this double wall out, and then I can, you know, make this into a little naval thing with piers and all that fun jazz. You know what? It's about 1 o'clock. We're gonna end it here for myself, so... Whew, I'm gonna go do the ZZZ. Thanks for chilling with me for this hour and letting me tire myself out for a bit as I dealt with all the rage from spending, what, 7 hours on classwork. Oh, I was an IB student. I didn't even have to deal with that level of shit even during our fucking exams. Ugh. Ugh. Alright, thank you so much for watching. Go operate operation. I'll try to get the spot up ASAP tomorrow. Cheers, and have a good one.